Hi, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are having a great day today. If you're new here, I want to welcome you to School of Scarlet, the School of Unconditional Love. And if you're a returning subscriber or returning viewer, thank you so much for tuning back in. I'm so happy to have you here today. So, today we're going to be talking about soulmates and twin flames. So, I like this subject because I had a twin flame journey on this journey of life, and I wrote a book about it. So, there's the book right here. It's Love, Death, Nothing, and that's on Amazon if you want to check that out. I'll link it in the description and in the comments down below. But basically, that's my awakening story. That's how I came to awakening. Not that that means anything really, but that's my story, and it's a short read, so you can check that out if you're interested. But today we're going to be talking about what is a twin flame, what is a soulmate. And so a lot of times what we think of a soulmate is actually what a lot of times people consider the twin flame. You know, that connection that you just know, that's actually the twin flame. And the soulmate is more of what some people call the karmic partner in my eyes. The karmic partner is someone that you go through life with. It's not someone that comes in very quickly and leaves. It's someone that you spend time with over the years. So let's just start with the soulmate then. Let's start talking about the soulmate first, and then we'll talk about the twin flame. Then we'll talk about what's really going on, because before I get started here, everything I'm talking about is really just a story. And when I mean just a story, it's just something that's playing out here in this illusion of life. And it seems like it has a purpose. It seems like it has a meaning. It seems like it has a beginning. It seems like it has an end. But this is just a story within this illusion. And it's a very beautiful story, and it's a story that plays out for some of us. And so I'm going to share it here today. And also, the soulmate story is one that plays out for many people. So if you're in a relationship, a romantic relationship, stick around to hear about the soulmate and the twin flame, because you're either in a soulmate relationship or in a twin flame relationship. I don't so much see karmic relationships in this game because you're one or the other, and I'll explain in just a moment. So, with the soulmate, that's essentially the person you're going to go throughout life with. It's the person that you're going to probably marry or have a long term partnership with, the person you're going to live with, the person that you're going to share most of your experiences with. And this is really a very special union. And so, like when you get married, we call it like a divine union, two becoming one. And that's essentially because two people have consciously chosen to, not just in some other realm chosen this, but also here consciously chosen to be together. And so that's not something that just randomly happens. They may be in a relationship for some time before they get engaged, like they're doing this the traditional way. And if you're in another culture or something like that, it's just your traditional marriage of however they do it. Let's say you're in another country that maybe does arranged marriages. Well, that's what this is. And so when that union happens, that's a commitment not just to yourself, but also to the other person, and not just that. Essentially, there's something greater going on that you're not maybe realizing. But if you're in a religion, there probably a ceremony where they let you know that when you get married or you walk into such a thing, you're actually making a divine union and partnership with God in a sense. You're creating a covenant or some kind of agreement or contract with God, essentially, that you will submit first to God and then your husband. So that is how that works. And so I'm speaking about this from the tradition that I came from, which is Christianity. And so when you marry, let's say, a soulmate, you're first submitted to God's will. So whatever's going to happen within that union, you know that you are doing that under the umbrella of God. And so you're divinely supported throughout the whole time that you're with this person. And there's no fears of, really that you want to divorce this person, get away from this person. Generally, especially if you've made a religious kind of ceremony, you know that this union is meant for your whole lifetime. And with this partner, you will go through life, learn lessons, and move throughout life for that whole lifetime. Of course, that's not to say that if there's issues or some kind of problem in the relationship, that there won't be a divorce. I mean, there's already, 51% of people have divorces. So it may be very probable you might have a divorce. But essentially, what this was designed for was to create a union with someone where you have the safety and protection of God as who you're really actually submitted to. And then it's the partner. Okay. And in doing so, it's always God's will, divine will happening. And in that marriage, you may experience arguments, fights, issues, who knows, difficult situations like most relationships go through. But you're meant to work them out with your soulmate partner, your divine union partner, and grow from that. So you're not meant to leave that union. You're not meant to, that is what you've chosen. So you've consciously chosen to marry this person to work through all of the things that are working through you. Okay. And so that's what that is. And you're working through life, not just your emotional or um, spiritual stuff, just even the mundane things of life, child rearing, everything that you have to do. But you've chosen to do that. And so that's a conscious thing that you're involved in. And you also know that even when you're fighting and having hard times with your husband or whatever it is, that first you're in a contract with God. And so when you're in that contract with God, it's not that you're going to give up on this soulmate union or divine union. You're going to continue to work through it and work through your heart to see and understand the other person, to have patience, to have love, understanding, and compassion from either side with no judgment, to just understand each other and grow from it. And so that's why relationships are sometimes, or most of the times, can be very triggering, can be very challenging at times. Maybe not the whole marriage, but there will be times that will arise. And that is because it's meant to awaken you. A divine union, a divine partnership is a reflection or a mirror of yourself. And it is the clearest mirror that you will ever experience. And so, if you're having trouble with your partner, if you're having a lot of triggers, a lot of issues, things like that, go back and look at yourself. Are you judging yourself somewhere? Are you being too hard on yourself somewhere? And so, because you're being too hard on yourself somewhere with expectations or whatever it happens to be, that's being projected out, and you're seeing that in your mirror reflection, which is your partner. And so, they're always reflecting to you something about yourself. And I know that can sound very frustrating, and it probably, most people don't want to watch this video after this, but that's what's happening. So we have to look at ourselves when we're having these so-called issues, and really look at ourselves in that moment and see, where are we acting like that? Whatever you're not liking on the outside, it's probably somehow you're doing that to yourself. So you want to always use that mirror um, as that guide for yourself. And so your partner does this as well. It can be a little bit different between women and men, but essentially this is what is happening in a soulmate partnership, union, whatever you want to call it. Now, eventually, as you work through all of this stuff that's going to come up within a marriage, because this stuff comes up within a marriage or a safe relationship, because it's a safe space for you to now work on this stuff. If you don't have a safe space to work on this stuff, most likely it won't ever be worked on. So one place that creates a safe space is within a marriage. So that creates a space for two people to begin to be more of themselves and really bounce off of each other these things that is happening within them. And so that all plays out until a level of exhaustion happens within a relationship. Divine union, or whatever you want to call it, a marriage or whatever, when you're in that, eventually it comes a point where you've pretty much worked through everything. Okay. And so now you're just living together and into old age, and that's just what you're doing now. You're that nice couple that's been together a long time, that understands each other and is well connected. And so that's what happens. Eventually, it becomes a much smoother ride. And so that's your usual traditional soulmate union. And so that might not ever create a spiritual awakening for you. That might not ever awaken that, but it'll awaken you enough to love yourself, to love and understand and respect others, even though they are different, or even maybe you don't even like them, but you learn to respect and care for them for just being here. And so that can all happen from that. Or you can go very deep into love and, like I say, be very connected and really live on your life in a very peaceful way. So that's what I consider the soulmate. Now, the twin flame, which is what I experienced. I've experienced both so far. And so with the twin flame comes in really out of nowhere. It's a person, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner. There's people that have had twin flames that are their relatives, that are friends, that are teachers. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner, but a lot of times that's the way it is. So this person, whoever they are, will come in out of nowhere. So they'll come in very quickly and you won't even expect them or know. But once they arrive, you can completely see them for who they are and they see you for who you are. And it's almost like an instant connection, even in that first look or meeting. For me, I can just remember locking eyes and staring forever and just knowing that I had known this person for many lifetimes forever. Like this person was just mine. And they knew me in that way as well. We didn't have to speak, we could know each other's thoughts just instantly. And so, just energetically, it was a complete match. Now, you're going to have a person come in, and somehow or another, you're just going to know whether it's a deep connection, like I just described, of a feeling of having been together forever and ever, or a feeling of just like our eyes locked and I just know. It could just be that. But you will know in some way that that person is your twin flame. You'll just know something is radically different. And so, in that, also, you'll notice that they are almost like you. Your energies begin to almost merge and become one. And they completely understand like things about yourself that you didn't even understand. And they bring out things about you that you didn't even know were there. And they bring to light and celebrate all the pieces of you and aspects of you that you were ashamed of, that you hid. They celebrate it, they love it. So they're coming in to awaken you. They're coming in to awaken all aspects of you. And so it will be a radical feeling of whoa, and then love. And so you feel completely accepted and loved. And what that does is a feeling of heaven, really. And so, in that feeling, all kinds of things can happen. In my book, I talk about, how time just dissolves and, just how senses heighten in so many ways. And you can be in one place and another. And it's craziness, the stuff that can happen. And how does that happen? It just happens because of love. Love is one of the most energizing experiences or vibrations that we can have. You can imagine the times you've been in love. Are you not out there yelling and screaming at everybody, I'm in love, or telling everybody about it, or being very smiley and everybody can just tell? It's just that way. Have you ever done anything crazy for love? Like move across the country or marry someone suddenly or I don't know, completely change something about your situation for love. Many of us can say we have because that's what love does. And you can't escape love. Love just happens and it'll just find you. Even when you think that there is no love or it's not going to happen for you, it will find you, because that's all there is just love happening. That's the way that I see things. So a twin flame not only comes in very suddenly and abruptly and really changes things up for you, they also leave very quickly and very abruptly. And so that is where the pain and the suffering comes in, because the twin flame didn't just come in to have a nice relationship with you and a nice time with you and then break your heart. No, they came in because they are you. They came in to say, hey, wake up, look at all of these beautiful pieces of you. You are so beautiful. And because they're a reflection of you, and they are coming in with this beautiful energy, you see them as so beautiful as well. And you can reflect that to them. So you're reflecting beauty and love both ways. And because of that, you can begin to see your mirror, yourself, as really this beautiful, amazing expression. And you begin to love all those aspects of yourself that you hid and you were ashamed of. So, this person is coming in to awaken you, to bring light of all of the beauty that you are, even the deepest, darkest secrets that you have, everything that you've never wanted to tell anybody or anyone know about you. Your twin flame will know. And so, my twin flame knew everything about me somehow and was able to bring it all out, and things that I was very ashamed of, things that I didn't want anybody to know, and all of these things he brought out and basically alchemized it with love, meaning he brought it out and he loved it and he loved me despite that. And not just that, because he was my twin flame, he had very similar experiences that he had already worked through. So he was able to show me, like a mirror, basically a future version of myself. And so, having gone through that, and so he was already basically, I wouldn't say consciously awake, but he was awakened to love prior to meeting me. So he was a safe person for me to be with. We hear about a lot of twin flames that are abusive or narcissistic and these things. If your twin flame does not evoke love within you and this unconditional love for yourself, then there's an issue there with that twin flame union. But there could be a very painful lesson that could be going on. And that could be that you're not loving yourself. Maybe the twin flame is reflecting back all of these things, but you're still not loving yourself. And so they may leave, and you will still be stuck with that feeling until you love yourself. So the twin flame is only meant to really awaken you to loving all aspects of yourself. And once you love all aspects of yourself, usually they're still around during that time, they will leave. And they will leave. And so that at that point, it becomes very painful, because yes, now you love yourself. And maybe you don't love yourself all the way, but you are awakened to that now. So that's what you're doing. But you so desperately miss them because of everything, all the beautiful experiences, connection, and awakenings that you've had. But now they're gone. And so they're gone now. And if they're still around in the physical, you may still be trying to engage with them. Now, for my twin flame, he did leave, but there was reasons that I didn't try to reach out to him anymore. And so those were just convictions and decisions that I had made not to reach out to him. And so I didn't. And then he passed away. So I had no choice but to release that yearning of wanting to be with him. Um, Through my book, you'll find out that we came into union, not just, we came into union in a lot of ways. So after he passed, even after your twin flame separates from you, even if they're somewhere in the physical world, they are still connected to you and they can still send you love messages. Now, this is all within the story, but it does happen. And so you are still connected to your twin flame, even though you're not with them. So, anyhow, my twin flame actually passed away, and you would think that would be it, but it wasn't. And that is where my awakening really started. When my twin flame passed away, my twin flame began to speak with me and explain to me what had happened. He was in an accident, and he explained to me what happened in that accident, how it occurred, what really happened. And so he revealed a lot of things that I had questions about. Also, he provided me a lot of support because I was grieving uncontrollably, missing him to the point of a very, very low state, really. And so I got to that low state, and in all of that, um, basically, an awakening happened. You can get my book and read more about it, but that's all that really happened. We came into connection that way, and soon I was thinking what was happening here and who was this voice and who was this voice and the voice of my twin flame or in my inner voice, and I could also hear the voice of God. And so I was very confused by it all until bam, I was not experiencing anything anymore, not even a reflection of myself, not even a sound, not even a knowing that I was anything or had been anything. And in that, it was all clear to me that nothing had ever happened. So, your twin flame union is really meant to bring you back to yourself. First of all, that would be the first awakening. And the second awakening would be to have the awakening of love or nothingness. So, when you experience total nothingness and everything, or emptiness and unconditional love, however you want to see it. And when you're awakened to that, that is the complete twin flame journey. So the twin flame journey is not meant for you to reconnect with your twin flame and live the rest of your happy life with them in a married union. They're only meant to come in and out, to awaken something within you, to put you either back on your path or to put you in more alignment with yourself, however you want to see it. Um, and awaken that within you to complete that process. And so they do that. They leave, and then the process continues on within you because you're not separate from that twin flame. That twin flame is you. You've never left the twin flame. You've never left anything. Everything that's happening is you. And it's all just happening for you. So it's happening for you to have these beautiful experiences. So yeah, so a twin flame is just that. It's actually the soulmate that you lead the rest of your life with them. The twin flame just comes in and leaves. And in so they awaken something in you, usually awakening love. And so it can be a very painful process, and people can be even years after the separation of their twin flame still in this really painful space. But at any moment, you can decide to drop that story because that story is just that. It's a story. It's not actually anything. You didn't even have a twin flame journey. You didn't even have a twin flame. That's actually just you. It's a mirror of yourself, just showing you parts of yourself that you can love now, giving you permission to love yourself, which you've always had. So even in this moment, you can drop that story of the twin flame and drop those limiting beliefs that somehow you need to reconnect with your twin flame, or you need to get your twin flame back, or that the only way you'll be happy is if you have your twin flame. Your twin flame was only meant to show you that all you need is you. And as soon as you start following your own heart, your own self, then you will experience total union and total love, unconditional love that you so want and yearn for with that twin flame. What you'll experience within yourself is so much greater than that twin flame or anything that you've ever experienced with them, that when you experience that, the whole story of the twin flame is an illusion and you just literally drop it. If anybody asks you if you had a twin flame, you can even tell them it was just myself. It no longer is a story for you. It no longer has a meaning for you because you've now found truth. And the truth is, it never happened. And you are everything. You are love. You have been everything this whole time. And you're just playing this game because it's fun. But you are everything. And it's time to wake up to that. So if you are still suffering due to your twin flame not being with you or something like that, you can drop that story right now. You can remember who you are. You can just go ahead and align with something as simple as your heart and what it's speaking to you, and begin to go with that and get closer to who you are. And that will be union when you come back to yourself. Because all you wanted to do this whole time is come back home to you. That's why so many of you are homesick, because you have been neglecting yourself. What is your home? What is your temple? It's you. It's you you've been looking for. So, if you are in a twin flame journey, soulmate, whatever it happens to be, and you're trying to get back to this place of your heart or yourself, this connection with yourself, I do offer a course called the Unconditional Course. If you are interested in that, I will be offering that until 10/10, October 10th. So I have that description linked down below in the description and in the comment section as well. So I'd like you to really look over and think about your twin flame journey if you are on one, and really see if you're still hanging on too much to that twin flame. Are you having attachments to that story? Are you having attachments to that person? Do you feel attached still? And if so, do you feel like letting it go? Because as soon as you let it go, as soon as you drop it, you can return back to yourself in any moment, in any moment. And you can decide that it will be easy, and I will drop it and I will return back to myself. And in that, everything will begin to shift. So if you do find yourself in that and you do desire that, go ahead and declare it. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here and you like this kind of content and this channel, please subscribe to my channel and share this video, get this content out there. I love you all infinitely, and I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's day. Thank you so much for watching.